kids are fragile. Back in my day.
Makes you want to have 2 or 3 more, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it.
I'd have more.
Sorry. I'll try to get organized. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to call the Board of Public Works meeting to order and begin with the minutes of the last meeting.
Mayor, I move we accept the minutes of the February 23rd meeting as written.
Second.
The motion is second to approve the minutes from the February 23rd meeting. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Any amendments to the agenda today? Okay, moving on under new business, since we don't have any old business to conduct, is the guaranteed maximum price proposal from BW. We do have ERI with us today. I think BW is going to try to make it this morning if there's any questions, but you should have that proposal in your packet for the guaranteed maximum price. Of course, this satisfies the statutory requirement through the build, operate, and transfer process, and the guaranteed maximum price the city won't pay to construct these new facilities is $2,523,538. Any questions from?
Did we get answers on the fencing?
Not complete answers. No, we do continue to work to secure the materials from the contractor, but Plan B is built into this price. So
Are they ignoring, or are they at least being responsive?
last I knew they were being responsive, but they're not directly answering the questions that are being posed. So it's not offering confidence.
So the fencing is built into this price,
Correct.
into this quote.
Correct.
The paving that's excluded, I assume that's gonna go with the park bond.
Correct. That's the plan with the additional work that's being done. That price wouldn't make sense.
Backstop netting, kids playground equipment. Is that gonna come from
What did you say?
Somewhere else?
Backstop what?
netting?
Netting. So there's two solutions on the backstops. They can either be the chain link traditional material or the netting. So we didn't select the netting due to cost, but they threw it as an option. The playground equipment, we continue to reserve hope that we can secure a sponsor to help us to get the playground funded. So not funded through this directly, but the plan would be to get that funding secured through a sponsorship. And then to that end, it is my expectation, just given the county's continued, at least verbal support of the project, to get a proposal in front of them so that they can help fund the project. And they would help pay for something like that playground plus other items. But that's sort of the expectation to get that before
Not
then.
considering that.
Pardon?
I mean, we have the 2.5.
Correct. So we've worked with a couple of local funders, IU Health, the County Foundation. There's two others that we're working with. I don't have confirmations yet, but a high degree of confidence that they'll come alongside and support the project. So I don't have any concerns at the 2.5 from a
And
funding
the
perspective.
2.1. Is it 2.1 the bond?
Right now it's just under 2, just because we've paid some
Okay.
invoices through this already. is just under 2 million.
It also states here it includes installation of sod on all 3 baseball fields.
Yeah, so in working with the project team, if we seed, there's just some threat that the fields won't be playable next baseball season. They could, but the damage that they would
Yeah.
cause. So the plan is to sod and irrigate all 3 fields.
Yes. Okay.
That's all I had.
Yeah, I think the only other thing I would, just because the 2.5 is certainly higher than we expected. Another cause of that you'll see in 31B is helical piers. It's actually tied directly to the materials that exist below the surface. So is from the engineering team to make sure that the dugouts and the structures are secured and stable. They have to install helical piers to make sure that they don't shift throughout time just because of the lack of good surface subgrade.
Okay.
Well, if there's no other questions, can I get a motion to approve the guaranteed maximum price?
So moved.
Second.
So motion and a second to approve the guaranteed maximum price proposal from BW for the Tipton Baseball Project totaling $2,523,538. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Can I make the motion?
Nathan.
Nathan.
Now on to department business, cemetery and park. Diana.
For the cemetery, we have 4 burials, 1 cremation, and then a lot sold. About 6 years ago, I think I put the mapping signs at both entrances that needed to be finished. I had those done. And I'm gonna have the actual signs saying that Fairview Cemetery will be done here shortly. That's all I have for cemetery.
The notice that you put out about cleaning up,
Yeah,
so anything, just for my own understanding, anything that's actually attached to the headstones, you're just looking at anything that interferes with mowing
correct.
needs to be
A lot of
removed.
people will put
Yeah.
Christmas decorations and Thanksgiving stuff out
Yeah.
on the grave themselves,
Yeah.
so those need to be, and grave blankets, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, for the park, it's pretty brief. I didn't really know if I needed to come to you guys to get an approval or something needed to be officially put in writing. I've had several people complain about the golf carts on the trails. There is an old sign that states no motorized vehicles allowed on the trails, so the previous police chief told me that meant anything that was gas powered. Now, I'm not gonna be able to monitor who has batteries, who has gas in their golf carts, so I didn't
Yep.
know if we should, if you would approve me, get signs requesting no golf carts on the trails, or do we have to have something written up officially through the city?
I wish they wouldn't drive them on the trails, but
I mean,
you're
they're
not,
going to.
you're not
when
gonna
they
be
get off
able
the
to-
bridge, They're going to. There's
you're not
nothing
gonna
I
be
can
able
do
to
about
enforce
it,
that
but
or monitor that. I
might
mean,
help having signage,
Mhm.
so I didn't know.
The ordinance says they're not allowed on the
Yeah.
trails.
I was thinking that.
We changed it
But-
to incorporate trails.
So I can go ahead and get the signs. that
I would
says-
be fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
you comply with our ordinance
Okay,
on golf
wish they
carts.
wouldn't do that, but
that's my hope.
Or that they would yield. I don't know that we would have an issue if the golf carts yielded to the pedestrian traffic, but I don't think that's what's happening.
but
It's
that would
embarrassing.
require that they drive off the path,
Yeah,
Mayor.
Yeah,
yes.
I get it.
I could drive through the park in the mud, but pulling off the trail would be.
It's a game of chicken. Golf cart wins.
That's pretty much everything. Steven and I is trying to get everything set up to get the pool ready to start. And we did find out, Keegan's aware that the Land and Water Conservation Fund is available to us. So I think he's working on getting an application going for that. That's
For anything in particular, or?
Some of it's through the Park District Fund that we confirmed last year. There's some things on that list that we were hoping to fund beyond just the paving and parking lot upgrades. So I think it's where we thought we might be able to do one of those 4 or 5 things. Maybe the land and water conservation can, since we already have our matching funds, maybe allow us to do 2 or 3 of those things.
Still looking for somebody to water flowers,
Yes,
huh?
oh, we got one.
You did get one, though?
We got one. What you guys want to do it? You're retired. Fine.
He works at the golf course.
But
You
that,
do that
But-
first before you have a car.
but I was getting ready to say, this requires you to get up at like 4 o'clock in the
It
morning?
works out better. It's
Oh.
not required, but just, you gotta fight the traffic and all that stuff, the parking. So say you could work it in, just gotta work.
No, thanks. I need my sleep.
You go home and take your nap afterwards. Okay, all right, thanks.
Next up, planning department. And to start, I'd like to introduce Tim Bradford to you all. Tim is the building commissioner for the planning department. So this is now week 2 that he started with us last Monday. He's been working hard on processes, forms, actually has already conducted some inspections, residential and commercial/industrial already in week 1. So I'd like to introduce him to you all.
Can you just share a little bit about your background?
My background, yeah. Prior experiences with the city of Westfield, I was a infrastructure inspector for 3-4 years, and then I was also a building inspector for a little over a year with the city of Westfield. Started in the street department, worked my way through the engineering department, and then into community development for Westfield.
Former military?
No.
You look like it, so.
Well,
Yes.
No.
It's a compliment. No, it's a compliment.
That's good.
Appreciate that, but
So when did Tim start officially?
Last
Last Monday.
Last Monday, March 2nd.
So you got everything solved, everything's smoothed out?
Everything is done. It's concrete.
One weekend, all right.
Yeah. Start with that to get better internal processes, just get stuff flowing correctly. I've reached out to the city of Westfield, to the community development director. I have a meeting set up with me and the assistant building commissioner. And then we are also getting a meeting set up for myself and Paige with the manager for code enforcement. Learn some more internal processes, kind of how they flow out in the field. Get a better understanding of how we can make a better flow. We have a total of 9 permits since last month issued. 1 electrical, 1 building permit, 5 fencing permits, and 2 demolition permits. Following that, Page has issued a zoning violation for 120 West Madison Street for the wildlife rehab. Would you like to?
So 2 weeks ago, a complaint was forwarded to me by the health department that 120 West Madison was running a wildlife rehabilitation business out of that office area. So they got a fancy sent to them, and they had 10 days to remove animals, which was yesterday. So today we'll be checking up on that and making sure that they are out.
What kind of animals?
There was, I think, a snapping turtle. There was something furry in a cage in the corner. It was hiding. I couldn't quite tell, but wild.
Didn't want to make eye contact.
Well, yeah, I was just trying to get it. Smelled really bad. So just trying to get out of there.
And then last portion I have for you guys is I've had 2 final inspections that I conducted. One for 604 Hickory Drive in Buttonwood, and they initially failed, has a reinspection, and it passed. So they have been issued their COO. And then a second inspection for 875 Industrial Drive for a storage barn that failed. They still need to remediate some missing criteria and then schedule a reinspection for another final.
So we're going to get some failed on some building inspections. Wow.
Probably the first one. When it comes to the transition, are you guys finding, or Paige, you've been here a little longer, is the county still getting complaints and or inquiries from people about city planning and zoning, and then they're being directed over here, or?
If they are, they're not saying like, hey, county sent me over here.
Okay.
I'm sure that there are some, but most people come in wondering, am I in the right place?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I
Well, we don't have any current signage to say the city planning office is in this building, correct?
Correct.
It'll be just be a learning curve for the next few months.
Mhm.
Good things.
Okay. Any update on Sweetland?
The demo permit was turned in, paid for, and they have been assigned a permit number. All I'm waiting for is a signature for the contractor, because he mailed in the permit,
Mhm.
and his contractor, he's in Camden, Indiana, contractor's in Lafayette. So I sent that Friday. So,
Did you say there were 2 demos?
yes,
Or was the second?
for each rouse.
Was it?
40 fairgrounds.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, I did have, it's maybe for Dylan, and I know Dylan's not here.
Mhm.
Is it not ever gonna come pick up all their crap along 28? They have a road closed sign out towards DeLong's, and then they have their board, their safety board sitting in
Mhm.
Casey's.
Yeah, so I can tell you the board is because they still haven't completed that intersection with the pedestrian crossings. I think the alerting system that was delivered and installed was actually the wrong,
Sounds right.
yeah, that was the wrong setup. So Midwest, who's been working on that project, had to reorder, and that's been a delay on that. And I trying to think if maybe NDOT had some more work, but maybe that's related to that project. But I can have Dylan reach out and ask for an update.
The second one, it's one we battled for a while, but CVS has a temporary storage container. It used to
Yep.
sit in the back of the property. It is now sitting in a spot that's extremely dangerous for line of sight for cars. So that may be a police chief thing too, but it violated the old ordinance. We would send notices and they basically tell us to kick rocks. Because it's temp storage, not fenced in. I don't know if that's in our new ordinance.
Right.
But it's a safety issue.
Yep.
It's so close to the right of way. So I saw someone about get T-boned there the other day.
All right. As mentioned, Dylan's not with us this morning, with a family member transporting for maybe a medical procedure this morning. But his report is in your packet. With that, Tiffin Arts Commission. Chad.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Few updates from the Arts Commission. Being I'm going to look at you first. Is our new appointment official yet?
It will be tonight.
It will be tonight.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we will have a new member of the Arts Commission, who was able to join us at the last meeting and just as a non-voting attendee of the meeting, and happy to have her come on board. A couple of updates about the projects going on. The Downtown Canvas project. I am just waiting the day that I can walk in here, Ken, and tell you, let's walk in here and look at
It's
it.
installed.
I want to be the first to know.
You will be. for
Oh,
sure, for
okay.
sure.
Thank you.
You will be the first to know. But the deadline for those applications was February
Mhm.
17th. We've since narrowed those applications. We had 28 artists
Wow.
in the area submit. For
Different
those-
artists?
Different artists, not 28 pieces, 28 artists.
Different art. Wow.
Which was fantastic. I mean, some of them in the city of Tipton, right here. No one further than one or two of them out of Indianapolis. So it was definitely local and semi-local art. We are reaching out to 5 or 6 of those here in just in the next couple of days with licensing agreements and arrangements to get high quality photos taken of those to print on
Mhm.
vinyl. With the idea of getting that rolling in late April, early, whenever we can get the vinyl prints in and installed. So looking forward to showing off some really fantastic local art. I was, almost a little emotional at those art submissions and knowing that these folks are right down the street and the partnerships that'll come out of that for future projects. Like I said, we're only 5 or 6 for this current project, but those applications live on, right? And the next thing we have a whole new base of contacts to reach out to, which is great.
So
Speaking of,
not to interrupt, but you said 28 submissions, artist submissions. How many pieces of art were submitted along with those?
they really varied. I didn't count the total pieces.
Okay.
Some folks sent us a dozen and some
Oh,
sent
wow.
us 1. So there were probably 80 to 100
Wow.
Jeez.
actual pieces of art. Some of them keeping in a project theme, some of them just giving us a taste of what they do, ranging from poetry to photography to watercolors to oil. I mean, we really left it open, and I think that was a right call because we got a very wide range of stuff. Some of which would not play in the downtown, but that's
Sure.
that's great.
Sure.
Like I said, future projects exist. Speaking of future projects, we are coming up on the deadline for RFQs for the Welcome Sculpture project. That deadline is this Wednesday, the 11th. So far, 8 submissions, artists for that project. That's a little more drawn out of a project. Obviously, RFP closes on the 11th, and then it will probably take us until late March, early April to narrow that down and ask for design concepts. We're looking out into May, maybe early June, before we actually contract with someone, and then we'll be working closely with the city on actually getting that installed.
So you've probably shared this information before, but are you looking to do one entryway, one
Right now, this
at a time, right? Or
This
just
is for
for-
one.
coming from 31 off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming in on 28. So, our old state road 28. This process will be, like I said, with an artist. We're not looking for one specific piece being submitted to purchase and be done with. So there may be further conversations we can have with that artist or with someone along the same vein about projects in the future that keep the same theme. So that's what I've got. Any questions for us?
You're my hero.
Not yet. Not till they're up.
And it'd be installed at 8:30 before Board of Works meeting, just so you can come in here.
Just so I can walk in with.
I'm happy to report they have been
Vinyl
installed.
still stuck to my hands. Yeah. No, we're gonna put them up at 4:30 in the morning. So
That's right.
You just give me, just
Before it gets cold.
Why is
Water
water
the
not
plants,
fine?
yeah.
while I'm watering the flowers, yeah. No, I don't
Thank you.
think so.
Mayor's report, the one thing I just wanted to mention on the public safety buildings, that project continues to make progress. You'll notice that the concrete work has started in front on that, and that's one of the last remaining big pieces to be done with the project. Last I chatted with them, they were about 90% completed with the project, and they were aiming to be completed at the end of this month, actually. So
This
ahead of
month.
schedule. There's some, obviously some things on the punch list that we got to review and get done, but the work has progressed. I think this warm weather we've been fortunate to get has helped. That's it for me today.
Did they address, or are they going to address the cracked terrazzo?
I haven't circled back, but I did make them aware. Maybe frustratingly, I was the first to bring it to the Etica's attention, so I think they're trying to work on a remediation of that.
And then the only question I've gotten is the park entrance, not that entrance, but where the trailhead is.
Yep.
When Midwest is done, what's the plan there?
I don't want to speak yet on Dylan's behalf since he's not here, but the plan is to make that area aesthetically look improved even before Midwest showed up.
Good.
So that's some of the plans that we're working on. And I think you probably have seen some excavation or at least some cones in that area on the south side of the road. So we're trying to connect that new ADA curb ramp and then connect it all the way to Main Street. So that project will be, it's required a water main replacement. So we got a hurry up and wait. But we'll make sure that the infrastructure is all in place and upgraded before we put a concrete sidewalk on top of it.
So when that's all done, the concrete or the sidewalk will be on the south side of
Yep.
South Street.
Yep.
Okay, move we adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah.